The first time I saw my family after 10 years, they were at a birthday party without me. I stood frozen in the supermarket aisle, my daughter pointing at the balloons, while my own blood relatives pretended I didn't exist. But what they didn't know, I wasn't broken. I was already winning. If you've ever been cast out for making the wrong choice, if you've ever been told you weren't enough, hit that subscribe button now. Like this video. Because what happens next isn't just revenge. It's justice. This is the story of how I rebuilt my life from nothing and made them watch. Let's dive in. My name is Vada. I'm 34, a healthcare administrator. And I have a daughter named Lily, who is the reason I was disowned. It happened when I was 23. Pregnant. Scared. But certain. I wasn't married. I didn't have a stable job. I was working part-time at a department store, living in a tiny apartment, and dreaming of a future where I could support my child on my own. My family's response? You're throwing your life away. My mom cried. My Uncle Jim said, you'll be a burden on all of us. My cousin Emma called me an embarrassment to her friends, to the family name. They didn't offer help. They offered ultimatums. Give the baby up for adoption. Or don't expect us to be part of your life. I chose Lily. And they chose silence. No calls. No visits. Not even a card on her first birthday. When she was 6 months old, she spiked a fever, 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The doctor said it was pneumonia. She needed hospitalization. $12,000. No insurance. No safety net. I called my parents. My mom answered. Mom, I need help. Lily's in the hospital. There was a pause. Then, this is exactly what we warned you about. You made your choice. My uncle Marcus added, maybe this will teach you that actions have consequences. I sat by Lily's hospital bed that night, holding her tiny hand, making call after call to charities, loan companies, credit cards, anyone who might help. No one did. But a woman named Mrs. Chen from downstairs in my apartment building brought me soup every night, sat with me, held Lily when I cried. She wasn't family, but she was the only one who showed up. I worked 2 jobs, waitressed at night, studied healthcare administration during Lily's naps. I learned how insurance worked, not from a textbook, but from fighting for my daughter's care. I learned how to navigate hospitals' billing systems, patient advocacy, because I had to. And slowly, I built a life. I got a job at a clinic, then a promotion, then my own small billing consultancy. I moved into a better apartment, bought Lily her first bike, took her to dance class, and then the article. A local newspaper ran a 2-inch feature, Young Professional Revolutionizes Medical Billing Efficiency. My photo, my name, my title, Healthcare Administration Manager. I didn't think much of it, but they did. Within a week, my phone blew up. Cousin Rachel, who hadn't spoken to me since the pregnancy, sent a friend request. Saw your pic in the paper. So impressive. Are you hiring? Then Mrs. Patterson, our old neighbor, who once refused to look at me after I got pregnant, stopped by my office. Your mother must be so proud. Then Marcus called. I've been thinking about switching careers. Construction's hard on the body. Maybe you could bring me on? Family business, you know. They didn't care about me. They cared about my success. And they wanted a piece. The final insult came at a supermarket. Lily was 8. We were buying groceries when she pointed across the aisle. Mommy, look at the pretty balloons. I turned. There they were. My parents. My Uncle Jim. My cousins. All gathered around a cake that read, Happy 50th, Uncle Jim. A family celebration that I wasn't invited to. Our eyes met. Emma looked away first. Marcus whispered to his wife. Grandma Rose, my favorite growing up, stared at a frozen pizza like it held the secrets of the universe. But Lily didn't understand. She waved. Hi, Grandma. Silence. Then Emma forced a smile. Oh, hi, Vada. Didn't see you there. I didn't say anything. I just walked over. Why wasn't I invited? No one answered. Then Marcus said, We didn't think you'd want to come. You didn't ask. Lily looked between us, confused. Mommy, Why don't they like us? I knelt down. They don't not like us, baby. They just don't know how to love people who don't need them. We left. But the war wasn't over. A year later, the calls started again. This time it wasn't about jobs. It was about money. Grandma Rose had cancer. She wants to see you and Lily before she passes, Mom said, voice trembling. I didn't respond. She'd had 11 years to meet her great-granddaughter. She'd ignored us in public, refused to acknowledge us at family events. Now she wanted forgiveness? Then Marcus called. I lost my job. The construction site shut down. I've got medical bills. Kids to feed. Can you help? I recorded the call. Then Emma showed up at my door, mascara streaming down her face. I'm going to lose everything, she sobbed. I didn't let her in. I stood in the doorway. You told me I was an embarrassment. You said I'd regret my choices. Where were you when Lily was in the hospital? Where were you when I was working 2 jobs just to keep the lights on? She had no answer. Then came the final move. I hosted a family meeting. Not at their house. At mine. I invited everyone. Parents, uncles, cousins, even Mrs. Patterson. When they arrived, I didn't serve tea. I served truth. I played the recordings. I showed the hospital bills. I showed the article, Young Professional Makes a Difference, and said, you didn't care when I was fighting to survive. But now that I've won, you want to be part of my story. Then I looked at Lily, now 11, sitting quietly on the couch. This is my daughter. The mistake you said would ruin my life. She's smart. She's kind. She's loved. And she has more family in this room, teachers, neighbors, friends, than you've ever been. I stood. You don't get to come back just because I succeeded. You get to face what you did. And then you get to leave. They did. And I never heard from them again. I don't wonder what they think of me anymore. Because Lily does. And that's the only opinion that ever mattered. Family isn't blood. It's who shows up. And I showed up for her. Every single day. If this story moved you, if you've ever been told you weren't enough, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. Leave a comment. Have you ever been abandoned by family only to succeed without them? What kept you going? We read every one. Because stories like this, they're not just about revenge. They're about rising from the ashes. And rising? That's worth fighting for.